Welcome to another wonderful day in the City of Heroes. I'm Levi Whitney, and my throat is still not clear. So, I'm going to be continuing the adventure for Adamant. Let's see, what am I saying? 2 times 2. Okay. We were resuming the Doc Buzzsaw Arc. I was thinking about waiting until I had Devious available, but there's just so much to do now, and we've got so many characters. We can do this anytime, really. So, I figured I would go ahead and do this at my own pace. So, when we left off, we had liberated the lab of Dr. Buzzsaw Arc. And now Doc Buzzsaw and our new cronies, Dr. Pierce and Cortex, need some more materials to continue the experiments that they plan on doing. Despite the dialogue having it as if this is my character's plan, really Adamant is functioning as part of the Black Lake Solutions. He's just a mercenary helping them get things done. Hello, Waylon. Oh, fudgy kitty.
Adamant. It's always a pleasure to see you. Dr. Pierce and Cortex have set up defenses over at the lab using some salvaged tech from the pile of Gavriel's former infantrymen. So it should be fairly secure for now. As for me, well, I have some good news and some bad news. Let's get the bad news out of the way first.
Doc Buzzsaw doesn't show any signs on her deranged face that this news is going to be bad, in the slightest. She's grinning like a drugged-up toddler.
Pierce has been chipping away at this concept that the Lock went into a civil war over. It's called CMRJ, and it looks like the epitome of body modification. An invasive, direct application of electrical and medical inputs delivered from a central source to any part of the body.
It seems that Dr. Vaz knew he wasn't going to be able to maintain his army forever, and had begun devoting time to rewiring the human circulatory, immune, and muscular systems to repair and maintain themselves. You know, like they do already. But this is supposed to be with super science, so the idea is it would go on forever. Right, but you haven't told me the bad news yet, Doc.
You're right. The keys to all our bright futures lie in making this research a reality. But we lack the resources to do something this epic. If we're going to change the world, we're going to have to step on a few toes. And since my contacts in Sharkhead have politely declined to assist, we're going to have to take what we need now and ask for forgiveness about their precious toes later. I'm providing you a list with 3 places to go. Firstly, a council base, to grab the wiring and electronics we need for our test runs. They'll be distracted since the 5th column has been eroding their territory, and they've begun work on their Warwalker army. Then, a Cray facility, to grab some Revenant maturation fluids. Cray may be acting quiet, but they've been busy as ever with their own mad science, which I respect, adore, and envy with affable hatred. This fluid is as much for me as it is for Kate and the new army. I have my own projects, after all. Finally, we're going for the big nut. A friendly house call to Bile the Technophile. One of my friends was kind enough to provide a location on him in Paragon City, which is nearly impossible on most days. He's all about freedom of information, expression, and body modification, making him a slam-dunk ally if we can persuade him. He's a slippery one, though, as he was the brains behind the IDX within the Freak Show, masters of information acquisition and erasure. We're going to need his backing, and as the head of this project, your election to negotiate is all but inevitable. That's it, friend. Off you go. For science and the good of humankind.
Doc Buzzsaw is such a fun character. Alright. Fighting the Council. Let's go semi-superheroic. This is a fun bit. You got the ocean over here. And this place goes deep below sea level. I'm going to want to turn that off if I can't get help. Alright. Now that the guy at the end of this is an arch-villain, the idea is this takes place after one of the task forces, so the guy's a bit weakened. Hence the reason why he shows up as an elite boss. Hello, gentlemen. Right, you're tall. Which means my punches go to crotch height. To say nothing of my claws. That was pretty cool, the little flip over their head like that. That's why he's using the blitz stance right now, or not blitz. This is parkour. 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 So the council recently got an upgrade. It's not so obvious in the 20 and 30s range. But they're not as much pushovers as they used to be. In the 40s range, their lieutenants start to get leadership abilities. And these Galaxy guys here, they got a lot more funky powers from the Warshade set, making them credible threats. Plus they got critical hits, which means every so often they can hit you a little bit harder. And that little bit really does make a difference. Playing it on a difficulty rating like this, you're not going to see much difference. Playing it the way a lot of other people did, where they were farming huge groups of council. Like that one video I made where Kodiak Green was just blazing his way through a whole base. Yeah, it's not so easy to do that anymore. Stop punching him, he's already dead. Don't need those. And here we are. Vandal. One of the bosses of the council. Now you probably noticed those speech balloons. There's the ambush that they represented. I think my friends and I have died to this fight more times than any other fight in the game. Mostly because when it's us on a team, we go in with massively ramped up difficulty. Usually at least a team size one larger than what we're actually running. Oh, look who's got some new toys. Actually, he does have some new toys. He's got some new abilities. Ah, there was the Freeing. An old joke. Years back, the Paragon devs ran an April Fool's joke, saying that they were going to remove all of the sounds in the game and replace them with comic book visual effects. Ah, he beat me. Too bad for him. Willpower gets back up. But yeah, they ran the April Fool's joke. And they had some pictures associated with it. Including a blaster shooting at an enemy with the word "Freem" next to it. What the Paragon devs didn't expect was the players to go, "That looks really neat. We want that." And so, until Paragon had to shut their doors, players incessantly asked for Freem. It came up as a bit of an in-joke for the Incarnate content. That'd be the endgame content, where you do stuff to gain new powers. The introductory mission included a power called Unlimited Radial Freem. So players kept wondering if it would ever be something we actually got, or if it was just something to entice us, or just a funny little joke. Now, a decade later, Homecoming, with their update of the council, has put Freem into the game. But it's just something the council do to the players. I have expressed some of my displeasure. I have to admit, every time I see it, I'm angry. I'm very, very angry. Locked. Well, dang. Come on, Spider Wolverine. Alright, got all three. Why are you jumping? You can fly. Because jumping looks so much cooler. Bam! I got thrown in the air. The courier just arrived with the tech. This is going to work famously. I'm taking my cut and sending the rest to Pierce. Keep it up. Now we steal from Cray. This was something a friend pointed out to me that I didn't realize I never figured out before. You can just have the map off to the side. Just gotta hit that little button there. That snaps it back. That makes it able to be moved around freely. And I guess technically I could still move around freely. Then it winds up with a menu there. Now here we go. I wonder. I'm gonna try it times 3. This might not work. I might need to reset. I don't remember. All right. The Paragon Protectors. The generic superheroes. Whoops, wrong one. These are the 7th generation. They're a little bit weaker. A little more mass-produced. But they were easier to control, and that's what was important to Cray. Here we go. Yeah. Chop them up. This is the main reason why people don't like fighting the Paragon Protectors. Every single one of them, from minion to lieutenant to boss, has a tier 9 armor of some kind. I believe this one has some kind of moment of glory, which has ridiculous defense, ridiculous resistance. Wow, Adam, you fucked that one right up. Just, wow. You wouldn't think Claws to the Gut would be so effective, but... oof. I remember back in the old days when the developers changed Moment of Glory for the players, but left the old version in for the NPCs. The new version for the players was not great. I think Homecoming might have tweaked it a little. And they, at least, as you could see, changed it for the NPCs as well. The old version reduced your hit points and your endurance to near zero. In exchange, you ended up getting massive defense and resistance boosts. Now, that wasn't great for players, although there were a lot who swore by it. Because the way the game's mechanics work, the enemies will eventually hit you. And the problem with Moment of Glory is that even though it had reduced your defense and resistance so far, it didn't really regenerate you. It was supposed to, but for some reason it kept resetting the current set of hit points as the hit points you were supposed to have while under Moment of Glory. I'm not sure if that was the exact mechanic. I just know that every time I used it, it did not work for me. Which probably started me on my path to just ignoring the tier 9s for all of my melee characters. The new version functions a lot more like the other tier 9s. High defense, high resistance, with a crash at the end. Like, I understand why they include the crashes. The idea was, after exerting yourself so much, ignoring all of that pain, you're just exhausted. But for some of the tier 9s they developed, that crash was just really unnecessary, like the old Moment of Glory. Because you were already crashed when you were going through it. Alright, let's see. Any more cockroaches back here? Probably not. This is probably just a tech closet. Tech closet. Time to fly. Nothing there, right? Because this is the first floor detour. The real way to go is here. Careful with some of that gas. There are some effects that player characters do not resist well, and they're rarely used. Like confuse, which can always be funny when you're suddenly attacking your own crew, your own teammates, or you get confused and then you fire off a blaster nuke. This is going to be a fight. Your friends couldn't take a punch like that. Alright. Put that there. And where? And elevator. If you ever ask me again if I think she's still mad at me, I will tear your head off and gift it to her. So that's where I'm supposed to go. Let's check down here. Let's check down here. Ah. Ah. Hey, still hit him. bleeding going. But no. Level up. Excellent. Good. Changes the Revenant formula. While the public still remains widely ignorant of the true nature of the Paragon Protectors, the program still runs in earnest behind the scenes. These changelogs are worrisome, though. There has been substantial conditioning changes to the reflexology and more immune-bolstering tweaks to the code to combat aggressive infections. You didn't know these clones could get sick, but Cray certainly doesn't want them to. Yeah, the Paragon Protectors, they're all clones. Every single one of them. Oh, you're right there. Well, this is gonna get funky. They give Hopkins some new moves. He used to pretty much just be super strength. Now, just like the Vandal fight, I'm getting attacked by ambushes. Group 12 for backup. What do you mean they're not ready? Suit them up and send them. What? 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 What the fuck? So, Cray has hit a new low, everybody. They are sending literal children to fight me. And they're puking on me! That's it. Everybody dies. What? Oh, God, there's more! You people are monsters. were you doing back there? You were part of an ambush group, weren't you? Where's the little one that I watched run away? Gotta kill all the cockroaches. Oh, where did my friends go? Oh god, toxic damage. Bastard. Oh, there's more. Yes, we're not picked last. We're not the worst. Oh, God. Make the teaching unit proud. Oh. Just, I didn't need to kill that last one by punching it repeatedly in the face, but I wanted to. Want me, you little bastards? You come and get me. Come on. You gotta jump down the balcony. No, stay down. Is that it? Was that the last of them? Let's see some of their dialogue. What do you mean they're not ready? Suit them up and send them. Who am I? I understand, but I do not comprehend. Who are you, and why do I want to hurt you? You must be eliminated. I do not know why. That's after I defeat Hopkins. No, I have to get back to her. You don't know what it's like to miss her voice. Yeah. So Cray is the comic book version of what happens when corporate culture gets a little too corporate cult. All the employees worship the CEO as if she were some kind of goddess. Then you end up fighting her and it turns out she's got psychic powers. So there's also an implication from the Valentine's Day holiday event that it's not just psychic mind control. She's been using a mythical relic to further cement her control over the company. I can't remember if it's Cupid's bow or Cupid's arrow, but she's basically been forcing all of her employees to love her.
What does silent mean? Unclear. I know that word. Unclear. Yay! Science lady said make adamant go away. All voices are bossy. Where did my friends go? Don't know. Find them? Voices say adamant hurt friends. Grumpy guy says protect him. Okay. Yes, we're not picked last. We're not the worst. Make the teaching unit proud. Put adamant away. We're graduating. This is terribly exciting. Okay, they say adamant is the problem. Go, punish. I'm not ready. I need a new suit.
Oh, there's Devious. He just missed it. You know what? We'll do this again. And back out to the entrance. Hello.
Hello there.
So, I'm recording.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No problem. Want to help me steal from Cray?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm going to have to reset the mission. I just got done doing it.
Alright, so what are you playing and what are you stealing?
A savage melee willpower brute. Or no, not brute, scrapper.
Okay.
And I'm stealing the maturation fluid.
Ah, Doc Buzzsaw.
Yes.
Okay. What do I have from Doc Buzzsaw?
Damage. Just gotta reset the mission.
You perhaps? Yes. I'ma bring Thunder Thump.
Good choice.
Was that Sharkhead?
It's in cap.
Cap, okay.
Do I have something to do? I need to go somewhere else real quick.
Okay.
Pick up a rando mission. Will this paper still? Yes, it does.
Alright, I'm in cap.
Global friends. Invite to team.
Okay, up there. Alright, time for some cheese.
Team size 5.
Sounds good.
Oh shit, that's right, I forgot. I leveled up. We'll have to do it again.
Alright.
Which means we'll be cheesing a little bit more.
Oh boy.
Alright, adjust levels, +1. Vision. Alright, let's give it another go.
This is going to be totally stupid.
Only for the beginning.
Alright, so go ahead and open up your powers and tell me what your resistance is.
It's at 75%. The hell? Oh, jeez, I think it didn't take.
Try resetting to one of mine, then, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot to check to see if the opening dialogue had shown up.
Yeah, it can happen sometimes.
Abandoned progress? Yes. Hang on. Okay. It keeps asking if I want to abandon progress. I might need to log out real quick.
Okay.
Well, there's going to be some fun things for people to see. Oh, so this is how you cheese the game.
Every now and then, you still run into some technical stuff. Gotta work around, get it to do what you want.
Yep. And we're back.
Alright. I know you've reached your cap at this point. I'm just wondering how many times it'll let me do this.
Oh. As many as can be layered on before it starts to expire. It just doesn't do anything anymore.
Yeah, I feel like this one's stuck, man.
Damn it.
It's fine. It's entertaining.
Nah, we've got at least set up for higher numbers.
Mm-hmm. Let's strike. Love that attack.
Where are you going? They're pop tier 9.
God, you little sucker.
Yeah, they pop tier 9.
I only need to hit you once.
I had just gotten done killing the children when you showed up. I actually joked about it when I started recording, being like, I was going to save this for Devious, but we can always do this on another character. Then, just before the mission ends, there you were.
It's as if the sweet siren song of dying children. Oh god, that sounds horrible.
Get in the spirit of the villainy.
I'm a horrible person. I made peace with that a long time ago. There's a reason I've got twice as many villains as heroes.
Are you talking about the moon-based death ray plan of yours?
Not necessarily. Just in general, like, I like playing the bad guy.
I think it was Anthony Hopkins who said it's just more interesting.
Well, to be fair, the red side content is definitely more interesting.
As I often say, we have Zeb Cook to thank for that.
Lasering.
Yeah. Nice. I've got critical strikes in Savage Leap, so doing that followed up with Rending Flurry. That's a pretty devastating combo. Let's move on. Oh. Nope. Jeez, this just keeps reminding me of the scene from Pandorum where they just stabbed the crap out of one of the mutants. And at first I wondered about that scene until I realized, oh, I know what this demonstrates. They don't know how to fight.
Let's face it, they're just spaceship crew.
Yeah, this nightmare scenario they were going through is not something they were supposed to ever deal with.
Nope, definitely not.
Yeah, but Dennis Quaid just had to go bonkers. You know, before his brother actually went bonkers. You know what I never knew? Have you seen the show The Boys?
No, actually, I never did.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
You've told me a bunch of stuff about it, and I've heard a bunch of stuff about it, but never actually watched it myself.
There are a lot of people who swear by the comic. I think that Seth Rogen made a much better TV show than the comic was as a story. And I think, oh, not quite everybody. There's this cockroach here.
Oh, the radiologist, too. Usually he's the first to come in and try and
This is just the
scan
tech
your
closet.
balls. Just in case. Okay.
But the guy that plays the main character, not well, one of the main characters. The point of view main character, Huey.
Uh-huh.
He's the son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Once I found that out, I was like, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. One of those random factoids that popped up on Twitter. And so then I started looking into it, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, that is.
And I didn't know this, but he also plays the main guy from the Lower Decks.
Oh, interesting. That was probably a waste of a liquefy, but it was satisfying. Nice! That would hit just about everybody. Wow, these guys are very spread out.
Well, that's why I'm here. Here is the radiologist that just infected me. Ah, dang it.
Well, time for a hurricane.
And we're recharged and ready to go.
Oh, sleeping? The one mez that goes through my armors. Oh, there's two Paragon protectors. That's what happened.
Yeah, because it's 2 spawns. That's why this room sucks. Stay down.
Oh, surprisingly enough. Not yet. I will say I love that they reduced all the stuff with rest.
That's a good power. But now can you turn me pink? Excellent. How can you stand it? I mean, you made you turn pink. Look, man, that pink resists bullets.
That's one way of looking at it.
Reminds me of one of the Hunter the Reckoning books. A group of hunters are dealing with a bad situation. The point of view character is a homosexual. And the group of hunters, they've got a military veteran. Actually, turns out he's not a veteran. He's actually still in the service.
Uh-huh.
but in order to help them with their hunt, he's gone UA. Well, he gets badly fucked up. And the gay guy, that is the point of view character, he's attracted to the soldier. And in a panic, he winds up kissing the guy while he's dying. And that miraculously heals him. Because the hunter, in the old Hunter the Reckoning, the hunters don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know where they got their powers from. They don't know why they've got powers. If White Wolf wasn't a hot mess at the time, we probably would have gotten better answers. Eventually, White Wolf was settling on an idea that some ancient forgotten deities were making the hunters in order to fix mistakes made by other primordial powers.
Makes sense.
Problem was, they didn't really care how they went about it. They wanted living weapons. They didn't care what those weapons' feelings were.
Gee, where have I heard that before?
Anyway, the soldier is miraculously restored. One of the other hunters, who is kind of a bigot to the gay character, flips out and is like, "I saw what you did," and the soldier's like, "What did he do?" And so the narration is like, "So I told him." And then the soldier's like, "If that's what it takes, you do that every fucking time." Because he had been a hunter for a while, and so he knew about how things were just really wonky for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Damn spine's slowing me down. Let's see if we can gather everybody up. Come on, everyone. Gather around. Gather around, everybody.
Where are you bringing them to?
This corner. Hey, there's a guy behind you.
We'll deal with him in a moment. First, I'm gonna liquefy the ground and put a hurricane on top of it.
I was gonna do something, but I want to watch this happen.
I believe this is what you call a category FU.
Oh, there were a couple of guys.
Guess they scattered when they came in.
Oh no, that was one who ran away from the hurricane.
Well, to be fair, so would I. Okay, Bob, what's going on? Oh, hey, Joe. By the way, there's a hurricane in our lab. Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, he's much further back than last time.
Okay.
Last time he was right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. Yep. Welcome to the floor. I hope that hurt.
Oh, this group is like entirely scientists and such. I'm not sure I've seen that before. Oh, no, wait, there's one security agent. Okay.
There's another group of scientists up there on the platform.
Nice. when we were fighting an earlier spawn, I noticed that one of the attacks had the same animation as the liquid nitrogen patch arsenal control, and my brain instantly went to basically, oh god, they gave them that power! But no, it's just the same animation.
Goodbye, lab techs.
It's such a great job in Storm Blast. I hope they add an assault set for that sometime. An electric storm dominator would be great.
Extracting some fluids from the nearby purifier. Did you have to make it sound so sinister? Yes, it's the city of villains. What the fuck are you thinking, man?
You're working for Doc Buzzsaw.
Well, in all fairness, Doc Buzzsaw doesn't need to sound evil, just manic. Extracting some fluids from the nearby purifier.
Yay, science!
Now you're probably wondering why we went around to beat up everybody before Hopkins. It's just to make this as purified as possible. Got him before his shield.
I've got a stupid idea. Do we want to try and gather everybody kind of by the door in a little corner there? So when the ambushes show up, I can just put them in a paint patch.
Okay. I like this idea.
This might kill us, but I think it would be hilarious.
Well, my res is fine, so it's recharged. I'd be fine.
Alright.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
So, by the door, huh?
Uh-huh.
Right about here?
I think the ambushes come from outside, so probably just inside the
Here?
door. Yeah, right around there.
Alright.
What am I stuck on?
Cryonite armor online. Alright. Hit you a bunch, so now you're on the way. Here they come.
Okay, starting hurricane. Liquefy.
There they are. Fighting! That one! Up, here they come. Here come the children. You ever heard of the book John Dies at the End?
I don't think so.
It was written by the former owner of Cracked.com. It has some sequels. It's like, take the story of Supernatural and now make it absolutely, utterly irreverent.
Oh!
So it's monster hunting and ghost slaying and weird interdimensional crap as a buddy comedy.
That sounds amazing.
Well, one of the stories is called "This Book Has Spiders in It. Seriously, don't read it." And the whole thing is a riff on zombie stories.
Mm-hmm.
Basically pointing out how ridiculous it is to have guilt-free extermination wars in any story. Now, the author pointed out that he had an older draft where the interdimensional spiders infested a bunch of children, and they were a lot more malevolent at the time. Before he came upon the idea of just making them mostly benign.
I will say I do love stories like that, especially told, from the human point of view. Like, all of this weird stuff is happening, and everything looks horrible, and the aliens are bugs and ugly and everything, and then they're like, hello, would you like to join us for dinner, or something like that.
Are you gonna eat us for dinner? No. We eat a sugary solution. I believe you call it candy?
Yeah, like the guy who fell into a web hole an hour earlier is just at the table, is like, hey guys, it's really good.
Yeah. You know those super soft Jolly Ranchers? Yeah, they make these. They make them. It's amazing. There it is. Well, in the older draft, in an effort to keep people from killing them, the spiders infested a bunch of children.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they were dealing with John.
Ah, yes.
And John is a high-functioning psychopath. So, the gag is when he goes, remember, these are children we're dealing with. So, aim low.
Arbiter, are you right over there?
So yeah, fighting the immature Paragon Protector clones reminded me of that. The Aaron Boyd just dropped off the fluids. Remarkable stuff. I can't wait to grow some science. Okay. Don't dwell on the pint-sized protectors. They weren't children. They weren't even really people. Ah, science, you really love to blur the lines. That's not science. None of what you just described is science. Alright, I need to go to the bathroom real quick.
I'm getting power sync.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
There's a store.
There's one right next to the trainer and Cap.
Really?
Yeah, like just down the like. If you're looking at the trainer, you turn to the left and just down the steps.
Okay. I didn't remember that he was that close. I knew I was around there somewhere, but I was already on my way to the ferry.
Ah.
So I figured I'd stop at the one in Sharkhead by the ferry, as I remember where he was. I just love the way that we leap into the back of this truck.
3, 2, resistance. It's Screamer and Shriek.
Excellent. They can scream and shriek in my hurricane of pain.
Remember, this is fun for them. I was due for reboot anyway. That was legendary. There
Wow,
it is.
I ran out of targets. Where'd you come from? Is it buddy? Yeah, you get back there with your buddies. How close are you? Close enough! I love this attack, Jane. It is so satisfying. Especially finishing with that. Just a random king swing. Hello.
Oh, we got a superstar.
Excellent.
And we also interrupted the meeting.
I'm sleeping. That's right. Run through my hurricane.
Dang it.
There's a bunch of them in there that did not join the fray.
It's more that the super stunner was kind of in the way.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Like, boss, we can't get through the... They're mine, they're all mine!
Boss, you're bleeding kind of profusely. That's okay! I can suck the life back out of them! Boss, you... Yeah, that didn't work, boss.
Actually, the other night I was talking with some of my buddies in Europe about Americans not knowing about Asterix comics. I don't know if you know anything about them. I think I've told you about them before.
I've heard
about
of them.
Yeah.
They don't stick in my memory, though. Because
Yeah.
I've never read them.
Well, there's Asterix, the little clever one, and Obelix, the big strong one. And every time the Romans attack the village of the Gauls, Obelix gets in front of everybody and starts holding them back, demanding that all the Romans are his to beat up. And that's what that reminded me of. That one super stunner just going, he's like, no, they're mine! Ah, yes, the sneaky freaks. Why don't you guys have heard?
Not only are they sneaky freaks, they're jetpack sneaky freaks. Just... Why aren't they using stealth powers?
Maybe it just broke.
Or maybe they left it like that because they're operating on orc logic.
Just because I call myself sneaky, I am sneaky.
We infused our bodies with carbon nanotubes. That turned our skin charcoal black. That makes us extra sneaky. Then the orc's like, no, you're doing it wrong. You gotta call yourself purple. Purple! Why purple? You ever seen a purple orc? I don't think so. Then the freaks are like, that makes so much sense! Yes!
It would make sense to the freaks, wouldn't it?
The orcs being like, did we just become new best friends? And the freaks are like, sounds like it! Dude! That is an awesome power claw! I gotta tell you, I really like those big swiper scythe blades you put on your arms. Those are fun looking.
I could definitely see it. That zapped a lot of them. Nice. Thank you. One thing I will say for the freak show. When they put you to sleep, they wake you up pretty quick.
Yep.
Oh, come on, again? Yeah, that's better. Hey, someone punch me! Man, they learned.
Is it that they learned or are they just distracted by the big black bug in their midst?
Yeah. Oh no,
He tried hitting his wings, but they didn't come off. They're made of metal. They're made of metal. That is so cool. Remember, stay back.
Mm-hmm.
And back up. They're actually quicker about that. Shit. I knew that was going to happen, but I still forgot to use my blues.
Mm-hmm. It happens. Oh no, not this time. How do you like it, buddy?
Yep, getting back up was a terrible mistake.
Excuse me, where did you come from? You know what? I go in here. Need a thunderstorm.
Well, first one punched me in the jaw. That was pretty bad. Then the lady, she comes up and rocks me in the back of the head. That just about put me out, boss. How did you get beaten? The guy literally kicked my ass. Literally. We got devastation over here.
I was wondering where the others were.
Oh, we got sneakies.
Excellent.
Not exactly sneaky when they're announcing themselves, though. Sneaking and freaking, yo.
That's probably why we don't see them often. Because the folks who put them together basically went, it's like, so we put this whole stealth troop together, and then they ran up to this guy screaming and got their asses kicked.
And Drek's like, sounds counterproductive. Maybe they should, not do that. Okay, boss. That's a good plan. We told them that. Repeatedly. Which, it was a good plan. Until it turned out we were talking to Freak Show. Ah, yes. The usual drawback.
I like that Pierce, not Pierce, that Bile actually points that out in Pierce's new arc, well, new mission. With the whole, it's like, we were going to use these guys to power this, but we couldn't get them to hold still long enough.
And of course, they failed to stop Animal Matt from punching his path right to me. I think it's funny that his name is Tech Deck. Do you know what a Tech Deck is?
I do not.
It's a skateboard.
Oh!
For your fingers.
I remember those. Those were a big fad when I was like at the end of high school or something.
Yeah. They're making a, I wouldn't call it a comeback, but they're still a selling product. One of my coworkers is weirdly obsessed with them. Damn, we screwed them right up. Like,
They're not more sneaky freaks.
yeah, no, they should be on the way. We should be seeing them soon. Because look in the dialogue. Yep, there they are.
Okay. Trap them by the door here. And drop Hurricane on us.
No, you idiots! Don't just go dick first into the whirling wind! Oh. You're terrible at tactics! Terrible! We're just trying to help, boss! Alright, now that that's over. Now, Adam would be to the point. Bile ain't here. A bunch of heroes got lucky and caught him while he was out. He's in a cell in the Zig. I figured out where, so we were angling to bust him out while he was still holding until you showed up. Why would Bile be in a holding section of the Zig? Yeah, I hacked into the cop radios and figured out what they were doing. They know Bile's a master hacker who's got all kinds of tricks. They want to give him a real special cell that'll give him nothing to work with. But they gotta prepare it first. For now, he's chilling in max holding under real heavy guard. Even got a super in the area with him from what I heard. For a given definition of super. It ain't gonna be easy to bust him out. Low sec in the Zig is still high sec compared to anywhere else, and they made sure he's well secured in the max holding area. So he's already in a deep part of the Zig. Steps from the deepest, and he ain't coming out anytime soon without help. That's where all high-ranking freaks go, and some been there for years. Clamor's been there, so is Drek. And Upstart, too. Upstart. Oh, yeah, Upstart's one of the guys from the Freak Show War, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
One of the randomly renamed tanks. Ugh. It's just such a disappointing arc. Especially when you see what the Freak Show can really be.
Well, now that all of this is happening, maybe they'll revisit it sometime.
Maybe. I see. I think we can potentially work together to break him out. What do you think? He looks thoughtful. Yeah? Maybe we could. Trouble is that we're a bit short on numbers at the moment. Most of our guys are out doing other stuff and can't get back on time. Having you around would help, but the cops are going to be ready for freaks. Then we give them a little surprise if you're willing to try something a little crazy. What are you planning? You give Tech Deck a brief rundown of the Super Soldier program. Whoa, that sounds awesome. I'll bet Bio will love it too. Tell you what, I'll send a bunch of my guys down to your lab for you to work on. If it works, we're going straight to the Zig and busting Bile out with his new firepower. If we like what we see, well, this may be the start of a beautiful friendship. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. Then let's do this.
I do love this arc. The writing is just great.
I was heading to the big bad Brickstown control group? This is no bueno. Come back to me as soon as you can. We need to brainstorm a solution. Oh, you're back. Pierce tells me that a few freaks have already shown up to undergo the procedures. I knew we could count on the reckless enthusiasm of my excitable friends to get what we need. It's definitely a wrench in the pancreas that Bile is in the Zig. Jesus fucking Christ, I just got that. The pancreas makes bile.
Yeah, that's been there forever.
Fucking Christ. But I bet Pierce's power freaks would be perfect to bail him out. It'll be an excellent testing ground out in the mean streets of Brickstown. To help the project along, I've been working on recruiting as many of Dr. Voslok's former surgeons as I can to help implement the CMRJ technique, and they've brought a few of their walking corpses along. Cortex has volunteered a few of his eidolons, as well, and Pierce, well, you'll see soon enough. Soon you'll have a small army of these Voslok-enhanced power freaks. Aye, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Let's try a more catchy name. How about going simple and combining our assets since we're merging friends? Aha! Freaklock! Yes, that will do.
And thus the Freaklock were born.
When Doc Buzzsaw sees you approach, she looks like she can barely hold in her excitement. As you get close, one of the buzzsaws on her backpack narrowly misses your head. Again. We did it! We did it! The Freaklock army is a success beyond what we could have hoped. Why, our practice sessions against some of the local Hydra were explosive, to put it mildly.
Wish I could have seen that.
That would have been a great mission. However, as it happens, our window of opportunity for extracting bile from the Zig is shutting fast. If we want to continue growing our asset pool, we'll need to go through with a breakout. Honestly, I'm excited. This is our first true test of the free clock. You're the one in charge, though, so when you give the order, we'll begin. I'm giving the order. Commence the attack. Excellent. Unfortunately, I won't be going. Large-scale assaults are not exactly my forte. But don't worry. Dr. Pierce has told me that she wants to go with you and will meet you on site. Apparently, she wanted to show you something. She promised to take notes for me. Cortex also wanted to go, though I admit that I'm suspicious of his intentions. Pierce said she'd keep an eye on him, but I imagine it may be better for you to deal with whatever he's planning for yourself. We don't need him anymore, so feel free to do what you like. If he just wants to help, great. Otherwise, well, bring me a takeout bag. I'd hate for good parts to go to waste. We want to fight this with Archvillain?
Sure. I think we can take Indigo. Once we get Bile, oh boy.
I think Adam's got the damage output for that. Alright, playing the villain, so evil rhinoceros beetle mode.
Excellent. Spread the word! City of Heroes is back!
I got Enriche's nutritious. Is it reversible? Piecemeal laughs heartily. What you thought would hurt as you watched the wiring stapled to her face bend and strain against the joints. She must be coursing with Excelsior as well, but the laughter signifies that a good chunk of her is still human at least. Who would want to go back? I don't miss my legs, that's for sure. Poor circulation and prone to cramping. These were a much better decision. I'm also working out some of the cellular regeneration hurdles on an individual genomic basis. I grew back my own fingers as a necessity from a disc jockey mishap. This means that any part of me I miss, and trust me, there's at least one or two, I can grow back and swap in or out modularly in the future. I'm so excited. I can grow back and swap in or out modularly in the future. There. That's a weird way to... That's a weird word. Modularly. Pierce claps her hands together and rubs them, making an entirely new kind of noise you weren't expecting. But you suppose she means to say, let's get to work. Now, Buzzsaw tells me we're short on time, and the Free Clock made their grand entrance only to find we've been upstaged by somebody else trying to get out. My horde will be able to eject a truck back there with you and Bile in it, but we haven't made as much progress. Oh, don't be alarmed when the Free Clock catch fire. They're built to self-immolate to keep the technology secrets if they die. All the research data streams remotely. Pierce laughs in an empty, metallic manner. Anyway, task at hand. I need you to eliminate the guards by the radio tower around the corner. Then head inside, punch through to Supermax, get Bile, and get out. If things get really dicey in there, tag him with this. Pierce hands you a familiar Prey Tech transporter. I can see you recognize it. It's the same teleporter Buzzsaw gave you for Cortex. Use on Bile if things go chest plate up. Cute. Speaking of B-Brain, Cortex ran ahead to scout, but he hasn't come back yet. He's really irrelevant at this point, so if he's acting shady, light him up. If he's being legitimately useful, screw it. He's a liability. Make sure he doesn't leave here, okay?
I completely forgot that she calls him B-Brain.
Loud and clear, business as usual. And let me just pan around so people can get a look at this woman. I do wish we could get this fiber optic effect for hair.
We might be able to eventually.
What is this guy getting hit with?
Huh?
That PPD crisis first responder. He was getting hit with something that was just dazzling.
Yeah, the rictographer over here, or rictograph. I have no idea how to pronounce that. That is quite a word.
Rictographer.
But yeah, he's got some interesting attacks. Like, I've been basically just following him around and just watching and buffing. When that chunk of ice falls on their heads.
PPD Psi Captain. Bad news for you, buddy. I'm willpower. I deflect psionics.
Stop healing that. Oh, where did this assault come from?
Good question. I thought it beat up the only assault they had.
Ah, they got it.
Stop healing him. Oh, what the hell? Who put a shield on you?
I think they might have their own. I'm not sure. I did just see him use Foot Stomp, which I did not remember that they had.
Yeah.
You got a wiki or a small red?
No.
Alright.
Just a second.
Right back then.
Well, I crafted one for you.
Oh, sorry. When you said no, I presumed that meant you also didn't have what you needed to make one, so... My bad.
I'll just go ahead and watch the eternal battle going on outside of the prison. Because all of those characters are immortal, so they just keep fighting each other.
Well, hello there. Well, goodbye there.
Who was that?
I don't know. I wasn't long enough for me to switch tabs.
Typically, that's Krim.
Yeah,
It's Krim.
I jumped in the thing and realized my headset shut itself off, so.
Oof.
It does that. It's supposed to do that for like 15, 30 minutes.
So, heads up, Krim, I'm recording.
Oh. That's terrible.
Okay. I am back. Ready to go.
Alright, let's do this.
We're breaking bile out of the Zig.
Leroy Jenkins. Huh. Your leadership buff doesn't help you with this resistance reduction, does it? Oh, crap.
Oh god! Maybe it does.
So, can everybody else hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I mean, because you're reporting.
No, we can hear you. Oh, yeah, they can. I mean, it's not like I'm streaming, but when I eventually post this, yes, they'll be able to hear you.
Yeah, he'll edit it down and everything. Hopefully include some more funny text zipping across the page here and there. There have definitely been moments.
Right, the groundhog. I've now seen my shadow. Goodbye.
Alright.
Have a good one.
Still remember that time when we were trying to find that door in the little cave that blended into the wall.
It's right here. You went past it. Right there. Here again.
It was right there! Ooh, a storm ward. Be without confuse.
Come on, guys. I'm on my last bar. Oh, looks like your storm's bigger than hers.
It's definitely faster. Got her. Yeah, that hit most of the group. Psionic Ward. Oh. A moment there, I was wondering if I wasn't close.
There it is.
Nice.
This is gonna hurt you a lot, and me, not at all.
There they are, the shining stars.
Oh, they're in a bad way. I think it would be funny if they did advance their story, though. Made them recruit new heroes to their group. And then it edits this mission and it ends up making more shining stars show up.
I definitely like the other version where they come back with Manicore, but that's a lot of badges to gather.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't remember that? When I gathered up all the badges, and once we freed Vile, we fought Manicore, he summons the Shining Stars again with their elite bosses.
Alright, I think I asked the question wrong. What badges?
I don't remember the whole slew, but it's basically most of the story arc task force badges for everything to do with Dr. Vasilok. I still got them written down somewhere right now. No, I should say badges and story arcs, because there's quite a few things that you gotta do that don't have a badge, so it's a little hard to track really sleeping again. Reynolds!
One of the many, many faces of Nathan Fillion in this game.
Makes me kind of wish they'd put in a castle reference, but I don't know what that would be.
A detective, probably.
Yeah, good point.
Probably end up fighting the characters wearing a business suit and dual pistols. Or they could make it a combination of, like, the single pistol powers and various melee
Actually,
combat.
maybe in just one of the raid a police station missions, just have a civilian just cowering in a corner and go, "Don't hurt me, I'm just a writer." Still never figured out what this door to the left is for.
I think it's for a different mission. And I also think it's supposed to represent, you know how the mission dialogue, they're talking about how another breakout has happened?
That's true.
In fact, I think that comes from either the Who Will Die arc or the Pandora's Box arc.
Might have a point. I have not done those arcs in a while. I don't think I've done Who Will Die since the shutdown.
Yeah, neither have I. It was just such a poorly written arc.
Yeah. Oh, right. This thing right there. I can probably use some shields anyway. There we go.
I'm really loving the Pathfinder game. With the bar crawl.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Patrick's doing a great job. Now we just need to get him to be less neurotic about it.
Yeah.
But I can understand that. Everybody's got the jitters first when they start GMing, so...
Yeah. I didn't have jitters the first time I GM'd, but that was because I didn't really think about the pitfalls. Like, I didn't know about all the stuff that people watch out for. And not so much like traps or anything. I meant like GM behaviors.
Oh yeah.
So I did something that I thought made sense. And then they were like, oh, Jim's trying to add his own characters into the adventure. And I'm like, these are kids.
Yeah, I had that happen.
I was like, they're just trying to smooth out the logistics for you guys. I don't want them accompanying you into the dungeon.
Yeah, I made that mistake too, I guess. It really depends on the tastes of your players. Like, sometimes they'll love it, sometimes they'll hate it. And I've never figured out how to tell ahead of time.
Yeah. But now if I were to try to GM, oh yeah, I definitely would have jitters. I mean, I have GM'd and I was like, oh boy, Shadowrun, I really picked a good starting out.
To be fair, I quite enjoyed your Shadowrun game.
Well, eventually I just was like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna abstract everything. Like, especially when I saw the hacking rules, I'm like, that's not how this works. Oh, right, fine, fuck it.
Yeah.
You'd tell me you were gonna hack into something, and I would go, he needs 4 successes. You'd get 6, I'm like, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Now, the funny thing is, like, Shadowrun as a system, well, not necessarily as a system, but, you know, narratively, runs on the whole, you plan the heist, you set up the heist, then you execute the heist, and, you know, that's your Shadowrun. But, honestly, when I was running it, I quickly noticed it's a lot better to do it like a heist movie and kind of almost tell it in flashback. Because then oh dear, this is not going to go well.
Well, we took a good chunk of them out. And recharged. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to do something I was gonna save for later. Shouldn't have to do it too hard though.
Stop putting me to sleep. Here we go. Alright, that takes care of that. But yeah, what I was saying, I ran this one game in basically a flashback fashion, and yeah, turns out that was a lot more entertaining rather than doing all the prep work ahead of time. Basically, people would tell me, it's like, okay, you know, I do this and this. Can I have done it at this point in time? It's like, yeah, sure, that's your job. You know, you're the hacker, the thief, the insert whatever here. And turned out that was really entertaining. So next time I run Shadowrun again, I'm probably going to do that again. Gordon Khan.
Adam Baldwin, good to see you.
Granted, in our game, that didn't really matter that much because we didn't do all of that super extensive stuff.
Sedated Clockwork King. Oh! Right.
Did you do some of these arcs?
No, I'm guessing that the Synapse Task Force is one of them. This guy has done the Synapse Task Force.
And I don't see him in here, so he's probably in the other room.
Yeah, he's in the holding.
What's going on over there?
Where?
Oh, that was healing happening from the back. Okay. Oh yeah, we got this. Let's say Sonic is not as much an AV killer as Poison. It works really well nonetheless. Ah, caltrops, caltrops, caltrops.
Spicy Legos. Sick of you running away, so get wet.
go.
And disgracefully, I beat her with a kick. No, he's just sitting there.
Oh, you can't talk to him?
Nope. Fancy seeing you here. What happened in here? Nothing? No names? No threats? I'll move on then. And there's... Yep, nothing to do to get his attention. Yep,
Oh,
got a
you
bunch
made
of
friends.
cops heading my way.
You stop healing. You drop dead. You eat a lightning bolt.
Alright, before we continue, I need to go for a quick bathroom break.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
And Vile, go put on the suit. Alright, Vile. Have some balls. As if you weren't already tough enough for this mission.
Only got 10 minutes left on my cryonite armor.
Well, I think you'll be fine. You got both Vile and me back in Yub. Considering he's a radiation archvillain. Yeah. Yeah, he just one-shots these guys, literally. I love that he does the whistle.
There's Dr. Voslok, still angry.
I think that's just his default state.
Yeah. Yes, the brilliant Dr. Demetrios Vasilakos. Dr. Voslok looks you over for a moment. I'd imagine I'd have more data on a specimen such as yourself if you were a threat. No matter, stop wasting my time, insect. That's kind of funny, actually.
I know, it's an interesting coincidence because you're actually playing an insect team first.
I don't know who you are or what you want, but since you're here, then you must free me. You recognize the gravity of my work. Death looms around every corner. There is so much work left to be done. Get me out of here. Together we can fight to end the ultimate flaw of the human condition. We are the Vosilok. We will prevail. Whoa, slow down, Doc. Dr. Vosilok takes a deep breath and calms his demeanor significantly. It's like a switch flipped in his personality. The excitable doctor has been replaced by a stand-in brimming with calm intent and poise. Oh, who's that? Is that Cortex? Cortex, old friend. You've come to save me. Is this your doing? Did the Eidolons succeed in infiltrating this wretched zoo? Cortex shakes his head and informs Dr. Vosilok that he nearly lost his life during the power grab trying to restore the Vosilok to order. He had to sell his soul to Buzzsaw and Dr. Pierce to get things back in order. Ha ha! My genius knows no bounds. I knew allowing Buzzsaw to live outside my purview would reap untold benefits, and Pierce did exactly as she should have, keeping the operation in limbo until the right opportunity presented itself. This new Vosilok army will be capable of such great triumphs. About that, Doc, the Vosilok have been absorbed. Dr. Vosilok's full body shudders at those words. What do you mean, absorbed? Where are my loyal pupils? There aren't many of your people left after the Civil War. Dr. Vosilok is obviously agitated, waiting for an answer. Cortex recounts the insurrection within the ranks while Dr. Vosilok has been locked away. How Newt, Salamander, Malady, and Pathogen tore each other apart while Dubstitch and Raver Robber took advantage of the chaos. And then how trying to quell it nearly killed Cortex, while Pierce was trying to play sides from the shadows. I see. And then you sold your soul, and my work, to Buzzsaw, who in turn has taken my benevolent research and set it loose within a group of drug-addicted, meme-spouting morons! You've taken my ingenious plans and thoroughly putrefied them with your stubborn sense of pride and preservation. You should have just died nobly, and the freak show wouldn't be running riot with technology of mine that should never have seen the light of day. That research was for me, for us, when the time was right. Now you've saved yourself only to bring death down all around us. You are dead to me, Cortex. This death I will not prevent. The only thing that could even help me consider forgiveness is if you kill this brigand for his treachery and blasphemy and get me out of here. You owe it to me. I was thinking you'd outlived your usefulness anyway, Cortex. Cortex suddenly realizes he's in a fight for his life. Oh, he almost went into the door before we were ready. You know, they say that Piecemeal is no longer working with Homecoming, but I imagine that's more hiatus.
Could be.
Or at least I hope it's just a hiatus.
Yeah, considering it's, an all-volunteer thing, could definitely be that it's just got busy with something else for the time being.
I just want to see Voslok return wearing Cortex. And then you're playing a character who did this arc, and people are like, somehow Cortex got into a cell, and then he just turned him into a new suit of living power armor. Unliving power armor? Something. It just... You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? No. I don't have a clue. I have no idea how that happened. Hang on. Yeah. Excellent. Is there anything? Yeah, I need one more. Damn. Oh, shit. Alright.
Uh-oh.
God dang. Yeah.
Come here, Bob.
You wouldn't happen to know how he got that. How he got Cortex, would you? Nope. No clue. I haven't got any idea how that happened. Here comes some of them now.
Okay, there they are. Start to liquefy.
So good, I've got this Cryonite armor.
Hurricane.
I did a hurricane before I go insane.
Yeah. No, where's the...
Getting hung up on the geometry.
Yeah, that can happen around here. Hey, that should be all of them. Something over there has tentacles.
Dude, what are you doing?
Okay.
I'm concerned.
That's interesting.
Bad news. We can't hurt him.
Okay. Guess we keep going. Guess that must have been one from the other side of the fence.
Yep. That's why he was trying to get back in there. Oh god, I'm being shot by it.
Eh?
It's the particle cannon.
Ah.
Okay. Well, oh, we gotta go. Wait, what?
This is very interesting.
Of course, he'll still win regardless because he can't die. That explains how he got out of the fence.
Teleport. Yeah, okay. Must be a little thing in there somewhere. He just popped through.
Yep, he might have tried to teleport away for whatever reason. And then forgot he could do that as he was trying to run through the fence. With Bile out of the Zig and Cortex forced to be his Jailhouse Blues duet partner, I'd say we can call this test a resounding success. The Eidolons are already reliant on us for maintenance. The Cortex being tragically left behind in the Zig won't affect their loyalty. I never liked the guy anyway, so that's one less treacherous walking nightmare out there for us to have to gawk at. The Eidolons will quite literally fall apart without us, so they have no choice but to stick with us though. Yay for captive audiences! It's like a TED Talk from hell. But speaking of walking nightmares, Clamor and Drek being loose is a real hammer to the spleen that nobody was expecting. Not today, at least. We're going to have to keep our ears to the ground for them. They won't be happy. Pierce is already not too happy as we lost an entire platoon of the Free Clock in there. But they were all rigged with self-immolation protocol to protect the research. One of Pierce's many good ideas. Oh, how could I forget? Bile was very impressed with you since he wasted no time in calling me and arranging for many of his men to undergo the procedure. It won't be long before we have a true army of them. I'm personally content with experimenting on the Revenant formula and dabbling in CMRJ applications, so you're the one who will ultimately put these Free Clock to use. I'm so proud of the things we've done in the name of science, Adamant. We've kicked open a brand new division of mad science that will no doubt change the face of global conflict. For now, we're going to need to let the science brew a bit. When something comes up, and it always does, Pierce and I will call you. Pinky promise! Yep, and almost literally consider the fact that the next contact in this arc is the war zone telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. More damage than that. Could use some 2-hit debuff in that. And since I'm using it, I might as well figure out some kind of immobilized set to put into Web Grenade. Well, with that, I need to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, I should probably start thinking about lunch.
Yep. So, it was good running with you.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here. Everyone who's watching, thank you for watching, and have a good one.